There is the artist's impression. Yeah, it's non-stop Diddy updates coming in across all the major news platforms. Today is day one of jury selection. I have been watching the Diddy updates on That Surprise Witnesses channel. She's doing an excellent job. She's been live for 3 hours and will probably still be live when I finish. So go over there when I finish, I would recommend. All right, so let's get into this. Live update. So, jurors who will determine the fate of Diddy in his trial are being selected today in New York City. He has pled not guilty on all counts, insisting that any acts were consensual. But prosecutors are alleging that for years he has coerced victims into drug-fueled parties using threats and violence. Potential jurors were shown binders with names and places related to the case today. One of them said they recognized actor Michael B. Jordan and comedian Mike Myers on the list. Big names getting dropped already, folks. Diddy has been held at Brooklyn's notorious MDC since he was arrested by the feds in September last year, when we let loose on the case and had quite a run before the dark forces tried to shut us down. All right, so jury selection is expected to wrap up in about a week, with opening statements tentatively scheduled for May 12th. The proceedings are estimated to last 8 to 10 weeks. 8 to 10 weeks. That's going to put this right back at the top of the news all over the world. 8 to 10 weeks of it. And I have reached out to all of the usual suspects. Imagine if we could get all of our usual suspects back on that we had on when we had our 4-month Diddy run. we were Diddying it up every night. Everyone from Jaguar Wright to Courtney Burgess. Would you like to see that, folks? Chris Todd, Lionel, Professor Hamamoto. I'm literally going to message all of them and see who'll come back on. I think that would be interesting, to say the least. All right, so we've got this Mike Myers and Michael B. Jordan are now the first celebrities named in Diddy's trial. Their names were read out to a potential juror from a list of people and places that may come up throughout the trial. The juror, a man who works as a licensed massage therapist, said he only knew the two through their acting. The judge said that the list of people and places runs several pages and felt like an appendix from The Lord of the Rings. Oh my goodness. I didn't even think it would get this far, honestly. I thought the trial would be postponed. And now all these famous people must be quaking in their boots. Is J-Lo going to end up on the dock? All right, to speed up the process, the judge ruled that jurors would be given the list to review before they are brought into court and questioned one by one before they seat a final panel of 12 jurors and 6 alternates. I've just got booted off my own stream, folks, so I imagine that many of you have. So what you need to do is click on the channel icon. Ever since we started reporting on Virginia's unaliving, yeah, see, it's gone right down. Ever since we started reporting on Virginia's unaliving, people are getting zapped off my live stream. So I'll put a message on the screen right now for people. What you do is you just click the channel icon to rejoin the stream if you get booted off the stream. It's also started to happen to Kirby Summers, folks. Isn't that really weird? But two of us who are at the front of the Virginia case. Everyone's getting booted. All right, I'm going to put this message on the screen. I'll leave it there for a while I continue with the Diddy news. That's insane that YouTube keeps doing this to us. Unbelievable. All right, so let me go back to it. Big names. Yeah, so the judge said the list of people and places runs several pages long and feels like an appendix from the Lord of the Rings. To speed up the process, he has ruled that the jurors will be given the list to review before they are brought into court and questioned one by one before they seat a final panel of 12 jurors and 6 alternates. The comments allude to the scale of the case, which dates back to 2004 and covers multiple states. So Diddy arrived strutting into the courtroom with his hands in his pockets, with his white hair. He's dressed with a preppy look, shedding his usual drab tan prison-issued uniform. Right, so updates are coming in constantly. One came in 10 minutes ago. And this update is titled, Man Says He Went to One of Diddy's Parties at Just 6 years old. A 6-year-old child attended a Diddy white party in the Hamptons in the 1990s and was shocked by the inappropriate scenes on full display. Justin Litovsky, now 30, said he went with his mother to an afternoon barbecue thrown by the rapper. Maya Litovsky, his mum, said, there were bottles everywhere and naked women. I wasn't sure if this was appropriate or normal. I wondered about how kids were allowed in the party to begin with. Wow. Justin, now 30, said he unknowingly went to an afternoon barbecue in the Hamptons with the hip-hop mogul. All right. The next update after that, which came in 40 minutes ago, Diddy's lawyers claimed video of Diddy assaulting Cassie was edited, and apparently the video is being allowed to be shown to the jurors. So that's not going to work in his favor, is it? Secret video of Diddy assaulting Cassie, they're claiming was edited. This is his defense lawyers. Published by CNN in May, appears with Diddy wearing a white towel, punching, kicking, and throwing the R&B singer to the ground at a hotel. I mean, there's no way around this. This behavior is despicable, inexcusable. There's no way to soften that blow. Sorry, defense team. You can claim it was edited all day long. We ain't buying it. The feds are citing the evidence, the video evidence, that Diddy was transporting Cassie, as well as the danger he posed to other women if ever released on bail. Yep, good. All right. Rapper 50 Cent has made no secret of how much he dislikes Diddy. In the middle of this fiasco, 50 Cent has capitalized on the public feud, working on the Netflix docuseries with promises to tell all. All right, the next update before that, Diddy jurors will be able to leave court and go home after each day of the trial. This was a report from TMZ. Quote, there are no plans to sequester the jury, which means you will go home every day after court. The jury questionnaire obtained by TMZ read. However, jurors have been instructed to avoid all media coverage and not to go on the internet or social media with regard to this case for any purpose. They are advised to avoid discussing the case with family, friends, and colleagues until after the trial is done. Can you imagine? Your spouse is on the Diddy jury and he or she comes home and they've got to remain stum. Not going to be easy, is it? All right. Here's another update from just over an hour ago. The judge ruled the jury could see